Get a little something going on offense. I think we will. Keep playing hard on defense. Maybe a turnover here or there. That'd help us.
You predicted that Lamar was going to have a monster game. How do you think he's playing so far?
I think Lamar's playing great. We just keep playing. It's playoff football. We're fighting like they are. Let's see what happens.
All right, thank you, Coach. Thanks, guys.
37-yard return by Duvernay, and the best starting field position for the Ravens tonight. That's Aguilar, reaches out and got 9. Desmond King there defending for the Texans.
You know, this becomes one of those drives, I believe, for Baltimore because of the fact that they have started this drive with such great field position that, you know, they've got to do more than just come away with 3 points and take the ball, drive it the length of this field, and come away with a touchdown and begin to kind of recapture some of the offensive momentum that they lost in that half.
Second down and 1. That's likely. And the young tight end fights his way down inside the 30. And Christian Harris is slow to get up.
Well, there's Isaiah Likely. He's going against Desmond King, and King just not, you know, you see Likely with the size advantage, and he's just got his arm up in King's headgear. But Christian Harris, this is a big injury with him on the down on the field right now with all that he has meant to this defense.
Ravens have run 2 plays, and they have the ball inside the Houston 30. But the Texans' focus right now is on that second-year, third-round pick from Alabama, Christian Harris, who's able to jog off the field a bit. Maybe signaling to his sideline that all is well.
Well, that is a good sign for sure.
The ball at the Texans' 27. And immediately with Harris out of the game, they run it with Lamar Jackson and a short gain on first down as we send it down to Laura.
Well, Joe, D'Amico Ryans referencing some of the defensive adjustments that you heard Troy talking about. And he said one of the main things that he emphasized to this defense is just to hunt the quarterback. He said no matter what, everybody run toward him. Don't give him time to make any decision, whether it's throw or pass. That'll continue to be an emphasis. And, of course, we will check on the injury status down here as well.
Laura, thank you. Second down and 7. Blitz coming from the secondary. Pass is caught. First down Ravens. That's Bateman. Gain of 9.
Well, they're going to try to bring the blitz. The only problem is when you bring it from that deep, it's hard to get to the quarterback. And so here he comes. Looked like it was Petrie who was the one on the blitz. You've got Steven Nelson out there one-on-one. And I thought that he had a chance. I thought he maybe got even a hand on it, but goes right through his hands. And that's the difference in incompletion and a pretty nice pickup.
Christian Harris back in the game. Jackson end zone. Incomplete as Petrie almost got a pick.
That's a great job by Jalen Petrie because initially he is in coverage. Looked like he's on Isaiah Likely here, and he's going to be in coverage. And as he comes off the ball, he's covering him, but he feels it, and then he comes off. Actually, he came off of it to get underneath Isaiah, but that's just a really nice play by Petrie getting his hands on the ball.
This is the most aggressive blitz-wise D'Amico Ryans has been as a defensive play caller in the NFL. 2 years in San Francisco, his first in Houston. He's watching Lamar Jackson take it in. Touchdown Ravens. possession of the second half couldn't have gone any better for John Harbaugh's team and Lamar Jackson.
No, that was really good. They came out, they opened up and threw the ball and were able to get some completions, get a little momentum going, and then cap it off with Lamar Jackson on the keeper.
Talk about pressure on number 8. Lamar was 3 for 4 for 37 yards and had the 15-yard touchdown run. So good with the ball in his arm. Touchdown Ravens. Back on top by 7.
Way also. So a good adjustment there by Todd Monken. They put the ball in Lamar's hands. They come out. They get the easy completions. They start to get a little momentum. They get down in there in the red zone. They run the quarterback keeper that Lamar has been so effective with, and they finish off that drive. So really excellent job after the big return by Devin Duvernay to start that possession.
They're happy to have Duvernay back off IR. 2-time Pro Bowl returner. Stroud comes underneath, is able to complete it. Singletary with a nice gain on first down. Got 7.
Well, we talk about C.J. Stroud and how he manages the pocket, and really much better than any rookie that I've seen. They bring Kyle Hamilton off the edge, and he gets pressure. You see, he gets pushed back into his face, but he's able to navigate it and just get the ball out. And he really, a lot of young quarterbacks start looking at the pass rush. He's not. He's feeling it. He adjusts to it, knows where he has to go with the football, and turns what could have been a really poor play into a positive gain.
Ground game has been non-existent. Roquan Smith got through to make that stop and a loss of 3. Texans just cannot run the ball tonight.
No, and we haven't talked about Roquan Smith much in this ball game, but these linebackers, both Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen, they're as good as there is in all of football, and he hits it coming downhill, and Devin Singletary has nowhere to go.
Averaging under a yard per carry on 7 carries, and it's 3rd and 6. Stroud, Schultz, a nice sliding catch for the first down. Dalton Schultz for 7.
I mean, how many times have we watched C.J. Stroud this year with no run game, and he's had to do it himself? They have a nice gain on first down, nothing on second down, lose a yard, and then he's able to keep this play alive, and a good adjustment there by Schultz to make that catch.
22 pass attempts by Stroud, no sacks in this game yet for the Ravens. Here is a toss. Singletary not much, right up the middle, able to get a yard.
It's just a lot for any quarterback, and you always go back and say especially for a young quarterback, but I mean he's been impressive throughout. But against this defense on the road and not having any running game take any pressure off of you whatsoever, and every yard you gain is on you and your ability to deliver a good throw. It's asking a lot in this environment.
Second and 9, pressure from Clowney. This is lofted for Jordan. There's a flag down on the far side. And the indication is that it's a hold. Against the Ravens. Official gave the hold signal, didn't point either way. Here's the call from John Hussey.
Holding. Defense number 21. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
It's called against Brandon Stephens.
Well, number 21 right there in front, and yeah, it's a good call. And Brandon Stephens, all these guys for the Ravens defensively have had amazing years. But he is one who comes up. The Ravens press wide receivers as much as anybody in the game. And it fits right into what Brandon Stephens does best. Now he gets caught there with a really critical penalty, which gives Houston a new set of downs.
Schultz blocking for Stroud, and CJ will take off. And a gain of about 3, maybe 4 on that first down carry.
Yeah, that was by design. And get Stroud outside the pocket and see if they can't pick up a big gain. Number 2 right here, Robert Woods. That's where he's trying to go with the football. He's going to work the middle of the field. He's got a chance if he were able to deliver it right away. But that's that intermediate area where Bobby Slowick talked about. The intermediate zones are going to be the big plays for us because the Ravens stay on top of the receivers so well.
They're sticking with a run, and they are rewarded with a first down carry and more by Devin Singletary. The former Buffalo Bill, who's been in the playoffs all 5 years of his career, carries for 16.
Now watch Devin Singletary, and there's just not a whole lot of room, and yet he's got this jump cut and quickness, and he's not very big. He's only 5'7", and so he's able to get behind his offensive lineman. He's hard to locate if you're a linebacker on the opposite side and being able to make a play, but that's the best run he's had tonight.
Texans had 15 rush yards all game before that 16-yard carry. They flip it to Mechie, now eventually back to Stroud. Hutchinson looking for a block, and a loss on the play. Geno Stone was the first guy there, but that did not fool the Ravens at all, and a loss of 4.
No, they're trying to get the ball back out to Hutchinson with blockers in front of him. You know, I asked Bobby Slowick when we talked to him last night, did he have anything up his sleeves in order to give them an opportunity for a play? He said really only in the trick category department because they're so good defensively. That was one of those trick plays, and the way that thing was unfolding, they're fortunate that all that happened was they lost 5 yards.
Stroud tried to fit it in to Nico Collins, broken up by Marcus Williams.
Really great play by Marcus Williams, being able to drive on that ball. It looked initially like they had an opportunity. Marcus Williams, not a lot of people know this, he's had an up and down year, but he's been playing through a torn pec, and so he's out there battling through a significant injury. He makes a big play on the ball on that play.
It's 3rd down and 15. Protection breaks down. This is Schultz. Long way to go, and he won't get anywhere near. 4th down. Gain of just 2. And Patrick Queen got in there, was the first guy to make the stop. Punt team comes on for the Texans.
Yeah, just pressure throughout. 4-man rush. You see that, you know, this offensive line for Houston is not a great offensive line. A lot of the protection that they've been able to give C.J. Stroud throughout the year has really been more a result of the scheme and the way that they do things offensively. But Baltimore excellent on that possession of getting after him.
The punt by Johnston is tapped down inside the 10 by D'Angelo. And hand to Edwards. Broke a tackle and got 9.
It's one of the better runs we've seen from Gus Edwards tonight as well. It's been all Lamar Jackson when they've had the success, and really when they've been able to score, it's been because of what they've been able to do on the ground with Lamar Jackson. This time they're backed up and they get the ball to Gus Edwards, and that's a great start to this drive.
There's a night for Edwards. The Ravens overall over 6 yards per rush. Toss to Edwards, cups up field and gets a first down. The Ravens have certainly struggled in the postseason in recent years. 2018 season, they lost a wild card game to the Chargers. Fell to the Titans in the 2019 divisional round after the bye. They lost in the divisional round to the Bills in 2020 after a win over Tennessee. Didn't make the playoffs in 21. And last year lost their wild card game to the Bengals with Lamar Jackson injured and Tyler Huntley the starting quarterback. First down at their 21. All day. Bateman, nice diving catch.
Well, that's what time in the pocket will afford you, because initially there's pretty good coverage in the secondary by the Texans. And when he initially is looking for Bateman, he's covered. There's nowhere to go, but Bateman keeps going, and because no one then is threatening Lamar Jackson, you just can't ask these cornerbacks and safeties to maintain coverage for that long without somebody getting open.
21-yard completion, the longest of the night. Here's Flowers trying to make a move, and Stingley didn't really bite. Made a good tackle, gain of 5.
Yeah, Derek Stingley, as we mentioned, he's been going with Flowers throughout this game. It doesn't always mean that he's locked up depending on what the route is that he runs, but he's kept Flowers pretty much in check throughout this game. They finally are able to get him the ball, but just, you know, not really anywhere to go after the catch.
Second down and 5. Hill brought down by Cashman, a gain of 2. Third down coming up.
Starting to lean on this run game a little bit more. Strength on strength. You've got the #1 rushing offense in Baltimore going up against the #2 ranked defense in terms of yards per carry that they've given up. And that's been the biggest turnaround for this Houston defense, is what they've done on that side of the ball in run defense. But holding up for 60 minutes against this group is a real challenge when you add Lamar Jackson into that mix. But as this second half wears on, I would expect to see more of that running game.
Here's Hill, didn't get it. It'll be 4th down and a yard as Justice Hill picked up just 1, and we'll see what John Harbaugh wants to do. He's going to go. Analytics says 4 or less you go. They bring in Patrick Ricard, their big fullback. Chance here for the Texans to make a stop and give C.J. Stroud the ball in midfield.
Great opportunity for them. I do not disagree with this decision at all.
Jackson gets it and then some. Making guys miss to the 35. And he goes over to congratulate and thank Morgan Moses for getting out there in front of him. A gain of 14 yards on 4th and 1.
Yeah, you're going to see they're able to get Ronnie Stanley over here at left tackle that he initially sets, and then he leads the way. And then you've got the Texans who are trying to make a play on him, and good luck with that. Derek Barnett, he was there, but just no match for getting Lamar Jackson on the ground in the open field.
Stanley was out there, and then Moses was out as well. He's 32 years old, weighs 320 in his 10th year. And that's who Lamar Jackson, after that play, went over to pat on the back. Pressure here by Harris, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the Texans now, they start to bring the pressure that was so effective to end that first half. You know, they see where Baltimore is, and, you know, just really can't get into a game where they're giving up certainly more than 3 points here.
Blitz, completion, Hill. First down.
Well, they bring pressure off the edge, and Lamar Jackson reads it perfectly, and then you've got Denzel Perryman. Coverage is not his strength, but then you've got Hill coming out here in the flat, and he hesitates just enough, and that hesitation allows Hill to catch the ball and turn that into a first down.
We have a whistle. They may be making sure that Hill got the first down if he didn't step out of bounds before he picked it up. It was close.
After discussion, the runner was 2 yards short of the line of the game. We will hold there.
Troy, you talk about the blitz tonight as you see Hill step out. D'Amico Ryans has brought the blitz 69% of pass plays. That is the highest percentage he's ever called in a game in his 3 years as an NFL defensive play caller.
Yeah, it's just not a part of what he's done. It's not what San Francisco was about prior to him becoming the defensive coordinator under Robert Saleh, and it didn't become part of what he did when he was the defensive coordinator, and they've continued with that style of defense in Houston. But they had some success after Lamar scored or threw the touchdown to Nelson Aguilar. That's when it picked up. That's when they started putting Christian Harris on Jackson as a spy. They started bringing more blitzes. They got away from it a little bit earlier to start this half, but now they're trying to create a negative play
and convert a 3rd and 2, and Hill has done it. And Nelson, who was in on the tackle, is slow to get up.
Well, this time they just do it out of a little bit of a different look. We saw previously that, you know, Hill was in the backfield. This time they split him out. They motion him down, but the landmarks are the same. The reads are the same for Jackson.
It's a first down for the Ravens on a drive that started at their own 7. They've had 4 first downs on their march down the field, and Steven Nelson, who's had a good year, tied his career high with 4 picks, had 1 here in week 1 in the red zone against Lamar Jackson. Had that head down and bore the brunt of the hit he brought on Justice Hill.
Yeah, that's why they always talk to these players, these defensive players, you know, try to keep their heads up. But he's really played well this year for this defense. Has had a really nice season.
He will have to check out of the game. 29 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and Steven Nelson, who's with his 4th different team, is going to go get looked at. Coming off a game with that 82-yard pick 6 last week, 1 of 2. In the wild card game, he went 82, and Christian Harris went 36 yards as Kadar Holman comes in to take his spot. He's at the bottom of the screen across from Bateman.
Yeah, let me let this run out. They can end the half or end the quarter and not get a delay of game. Well, and they got Texans to jump.
And it is against Houston. Another pre-snap penalty.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 52. 5-yard penalty. First down. Please set the game clock to 2 seconds, please. 2 seconds.
That is the 7th pre-snap penalty tonight for D'Amico Ryans' team, and that stuff in the playoffs, in any game, but on the road in the playoffs, that will kill you. It's Grenard guilty of coming across. Grenard's had a big year, 12.5 sacks. Just gave the Ravens 5 free yards. 4th quarter rolls in this divisional playoff game. Here is a handoff to Edwards, about a yard short of first down yardage. It'll be 2nd down. Steven Nelson is going to exit, go to the locker room for a further look. They'll miss him out there. Pretty good pair with he and Derek Stingley Jr. The starting corners for this Texans defense. Now 2nd and 1. Jackson, end zone, likely for the touchdown. Isaiah Likely with 4 touchdowns over the Ravens' last 3 games, taking the place of the injured Mark Andrews, who's on his way back, and things are looking awfully rosy here for the Ravens, as Likely, the second-year pro from Coastal Carolina, a 15-yard touchdown throw from Lamar Jackson. Ravens up 14.